Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is HaydenRaven, and welcome to D.O.A.S, or Department of Applied Science. Now, I'm not really sure what this game is about. Again, I limit myself to what I know about a game before I get into it, but I really like the style of this game. If I must compliment the developer on what he's done, he's got a 3D black and white style game that's very, very intriguing. So we're going to hop right into this and figure out what D.O.A.S is. Device for transmission management. Excerpt from D.O.A.S, condominium, and personal reports. In most of the abandoned areas, you may find one or more memory cards to open transition. Originally, we would put the memory cards into a survival package, but the dimension is constantly changing. Therefore, you might have to search the nearby area. Okay. What do I do? Oh, okay. Oh, crap. I knew it. There was the sound of a transition right behind my back. Now I am in an abandoned area. But I know the drill. Search for the cards and dodge the creatures. Well, I'm Mr. Military Man. I know the drill. I know your number. I got your phone number. Okay. Transition detected. Does that mean a monster's coming after me? Is that what this means? What does any of this mean? What does any of this mean? Hop. I really like the jump. The jump is kind of cool. Alright. Can I crouch? It does not appear so. What do I do? What do I do about all this? Oh. Let me do what my instincts are telling me not to do and walk right into it. Okay then. Excerpt from D.O.A.S. Most of the deserted areas were much larger, but in the last year, landmass disappeared or split into smaller regions. In the same period since December 1999, deadly thorns and spikes developed massively. Well, aren't you just ambiguous? Aren't you just so vague? Those thorns look dangerous. I'd better not step on them. I wanted to figure out how I died, and apparently it's not a blood-splattering goosh and gush. It's just a nice little vaporization. Apparently it shoots a beam up into the air and kills us all to death, all to doom. And I'm going around collecting these little cards, and I'm guessing that each and every time that I collect all the cards on the same level, I just gotta find this. The atmosphere prevents a complete scan of the area. We used radar, lasers, and drones with cameras, but we never got a full map of the region. Aren't you just smart? Hello? Who's making a clanker? Who's making a clanker? So we try my acrobatics all along here. I bet there's not a single survival package left in the abandoned areas. Well, I bet you're wrong. Just by the dialogue and by the way the developers kind of telling us what's going on, I believe you're wrong. I believe that your hypothesis is dead, just like mine. Okay, so I gotta say that I do like the style of the game and the way that everything is. It reminds me a lot of the games that I would usually play. This doesn't look very stable, but I have to take my chance. It's the only way. It's the only way. Okay then. I thought that was gonna fall. Just like me. Okay then. So, what these actual portals are the transitions detected. Those are the ways to get into and out of each and every level, which was kind of clear, but at the same time, now we know the name for it, and that's a little more information for this. Thorn floater, the biggest family of creatures so far. It is a kind of biological mass, but with no organs. Interesting. Okay, that's death. So what I really like about this game just so far is it kind of establishes floaters. Dang, those spiked little things are everywhere. Okay, it kind of establishes a research kind of feel for everything that's going on around it, because certainly everything in this world is in fact inhuman and not a part of what our world is, and perhaps some sort of dimensional rifts opened up and somehow allowed these things into our world. And what D.O.A.S actually is perhaps a catalog of all these otherworldly creatures. And how do I get around you? How do I get around you? I don't know what to do here. I'm quite confused as to what I should be doing. I didn't see a transition open, unfortunately, and I'm not sure if there will be one over here. There's not, and I am just running around wasting time. That is what I am doing. That is what I always do. I'm running around wasting everybody's kind of time. So how do I get around these things? They're just floating deaths. That's what they are. You're a bunch of floating death. Can I crouch? It does not seem so. I don't think I can jump over it. I cannot. Okay then. Oh wow, this was it? This is all I had to do. He fangle-waggled me with that fake wall. You see this over here? This is a fake wall, but I'll compliment him on it because he's using this black and white adventurescape to his advantage. He bamboozled me. That's what he done did. He bamboozled me. I really like the back ambience that he's given to this game. The ground feels strange, hollow somehow. Well, I played a game called Hollow. It's quite scary. So whatever feeling you're getting is probably equal to mine and my own interests. But I guess I would classify this game as a platformer just because it does have that original kind of feel to it. But nonetheless, I really like platform games. I actually grew up playing those things. AC 110018. Observed effects on D.O.A.S. personnel in the parallel dimension were twitching, insomnia, and severe nightmares. A 24-hour shift was tolerable. So again, what I said earlier about how we're cataloging this, or the humans, I guess, how the humans are cataloging all these events perspiring in this altered reality, I guess I might call it, is kind of interesting, because there's a lot of similar games that, especially the popular ones, that are cataloging certain monsters and objects which affect the world. So I'm not going to classify this as that, I should say, but this is certainly on its own, and I'll respect it as much. What is this? Medieval military tactics? I can't even see where the rope starts. This fog is insane. Well, sir, I believe you yourself are insane if you're living in this nightmare world filled with floating spiky doos. And medieval torture devices. Because that's what these things are. These buildings look much newer than the old wooden structures. I wonder if they were built, why they were built in the first place. That's a good inquiry, which we will have to pocketbook for later, because we don't have time. We must run. We must go. We must carry forth onward into this adventure. Collecting data chips, apparently. Can I get up here? Okay then. I guess I'm supposed to go back. The only complaint I guess I could have about this game is knowing where the transitions actually pop up at. You see, I don't know if I'm supposed to go left or right. I'm gonna assume left, just because sometimes they seem to pop up in the beginning. There we go, you see? So if maybe, like, the only thing I could add to this would maybe be like an arrow, either left or right, pointing depending on how close you are to the next transition. AC 110027, Gothic Ruins and CC 0031 Obelisk Rotators. The obelisk seem to be a human intention of unknown source to work with the energy of a parallel dimension. We managed to secure some of them and bring them to a storage facility. The Gothic windows were already here as we attained this region. The surface looks like stone, but has no grooves. Interesting. Okay, so this certainly has that kind of feel of a game in which it's exploring certain mythical objects, and these are floating spiky doos. Okay then, we shall carry forth and onward and such that life is such. Very interesting, very interesting. Again, I do like this game. I do like this game. This is a good game. Good little platform game. And did I miss one? I'm afraid that it would appear so, and now I'm going backwards instead of forwards. There. This looks like Gothic Ruins, but as far as I know, this dimension was covered in the 1950s. This dimension was discovered in the 1950s. Okay, so this is definitely an altered reality. of some kind. Very interesting, very interesting. More data? Nope. Okay then. Carrying onward and homeward bound. Jump. Jump. And going down. Oh, there it is. Is this a part of a Gothic church? I would assume so. And I have yet to see a transition, so I'm going to assume that it should be back here. There it is. So, now all we have to do is find our transition friend, our transition buddy, our transition guy. Oh, there we go, after searching for a very long time. Thorn pits and thorns. The thorns can be found in any matter in this dimension. It seems like an aggressive parasite. So that's 07 and 48. Very, very interesting. I like, if I'll compliment the developer on one thing, it's how cataloged he is on classification of each of these things that he's created. And again, this is totally original, and I really like this. A gray abyss, of course. Well, let me see what happens when I jump into the gray abyss. That is death. Of course that is death. Was I expecting anything less or more? Or maybe something different? I don't know. A gray abyss, of course. Yes, we've gone over this. We've covered this. Of course it's a gray abyss. And medieval torture. Bloody spikes. Stones hang... I'm sorry, I can't read English. Bloody spikes. Stones hanging on ropes. Thorns on the ground and those flying stake things. Somebody doesn't like visitors. Well, I would assume otherwise they wouldn't have this, and otherwise was used 3 times in my sentences. So one thing that really interests me about this game has got to be the way that the player dies. And I say this because it's very unique. Again, he's established that we're in a complete different dimension other than Earth. So it kind of makes sense not to just bleed out, I guess. But the way that we die, we just kind of evaporate. So perhaps instead of death in this dimension, it's completely backwards and you're transported elsewhere. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I just found this game and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this. Up and over. There we go. AC 1159 Spike Cave. These spikes look like they're placed on top. They're placed to keep someone or something in this area. Very interesting. I better keep away from these. Yeah, you should. That's why. The music suddenly just changed up. I'm not entirely sure what that suggests for us, but something's firing. Excuse you. Whew. Oh, those are spikes. Okay. I didn't see those. I didn't see those. That would have been instant death. That would have been instant death. Hello. Friends. Transition. Fantastic. Oh, I thought I was dead. Can I jump over you? Crap, I got a sudden headache. Arg. Why? Strange. The heart. When you're close to one, those monstrosities will manipulate your perception. You may have to search your memory cards until transition materializes. I found several of these hearts that pump black liquid. So again, holy mother of... That's cool. That is cool. That is really cool. That's a cool monster. I like that. Just a random heart. That's awesome. That is awesome. And I know it doesn't do anything except that, but it's just, it's cool. It's visceral. It's original. I really like that. Nope. Okay. That's hard. Why is that so hard? It's so easy. There's so little to do, and yet it's so hard just to jump. Oh, come on. But what kind of grabs my attention about this game has got to be our passenger is unwitting about what his surroundings actually are. So perhaps he's not an agent of whatever corporation D.O.A.S. is. He's just a passerby. And somehow he's been sucked into one of these transitions. Unlike many of the cinematic universes that we see in our culture. A C99. Come on, keep it together. Nothing will happen if you don't touch it. Okay. Are those bell strokes? Are they? What do we do? So we're having to go back and forth. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh, nope, that's death. My theory is totally and utterly wrong because he clearly does know what this is going on. What is going on around him. Contrary to what I said and believe, again, all of my theories are usually up in the air and have no grounds for factualization. And that is English, that is a word. I'm having an issue speaking because I can't focus on just jumping. There we go. Where is my transition to the next dimension? No, don't. No, I was about to die. I was about to die. I was not having that. I was not having no part of none of that. I think that's a little better. The concrete platform was the foundation of a testing site and a subway station. Okay. Hello? Concrete platform? This looks quite unimpaired. Maybe a good sign. Yes, maybe a great sign, as the rest of the things in this world are trying to kill us. What? There was no hole. I fell through the ground. Strange. Concrete floor. Haunted concrete floor. Boogada boogada boo. I could have break my bones. This journey is getting weirder by the minute. I would agree, sir. Oh, I have to wait for an opening. That's what I have to do. There we go. Okay. I don't know why that scared me so much at the beginning. There we go. Carrying onward with these simple mechanics. I gotta... Also, I'll give him a compliment for the very simple mechanics. It's very hard to overcomplicate. Or it's very easy, I'm sorry. It's very easy to overcomplicate a game and make it full of mechanics and hard to get into for players. So sometimes the best route is just to go with simple mechanics like this. There's no crouch, there's just a jump and moving backward, forward, etc., etc., etc. And all of my blathering. C-105 Crawler, rare species that likes dark spaces. It's the subway. Those spear crawlers are everywhere. And I didn't finish reading that. Well, where are they? I see them nowhere, not everywhere. Oh, okay then. Oh, spear crawlers. I get it. I get the name. I get the inference. I get the references. I'm just kind of carrying onward throughout this journey. It's kind of easy to avoid them, as long as you notice the patterns. I hope to get out of this nightmare. I hope to get out of this nightmare. And I hope to return home. Oh, no, not having it. Not having it. You bounce too much. You bounce and undulate too much, buddy boo. There's my ticket out. There's my train ride out. 53. D.O.A.S 53. So this one is maybe a boss. Some death sentence inmates volunteered for dangerous tasks in a parallel dimension, but most of the complex collapsed and fell into a void a few years ago. Interesting. So my assumption that we are in an alternate dimension is correct. There are no doors. The bars are fixed. Okay, then. It's quite interesting. Quite interesting. The bars are fixed. Yes, they are. I've already complimented the music, but I will say, when he changes it up, he changes it for the tone of each individual setting, which is kind of cool. As we noticed with the Heart Monster, or I think 99 is what it was called, it was kind of upbeat and faster paced, while this one's kind of under the skin, and it's kind of picking at me. That's what it's doing. It's kind of getting under my skin. Kind of getting tight. I hear constant crumbling. There's not much left of this prison. Perhaps it's falling into the abyss of nothing that this dimension actually is. Perhaps that's what's going on. Perhaps that is what is going onward. I can't crouch again, so I have to go all the way around, very analog style. but I love it. I love every minute of this. A bunch of old folders that say they are empty, but the print on the backside says D.O.A.S. test area. Well, we kind of knew that. We kind of knew about how the death row inmates were tested on, perhaps illegally, perhaps not so legally. But we shall carry forth to find our transition. Ah, here we go. Oh, this is a puzzle. This is a puzzle. This is a puzzle on its own, figuring out which way to go. 99, a replica of the backyard where transitions occurred. That was photographed. The area grew out of thin air and developed a transition in 1997. I remember this backyard. I saw a photo of it, of course, without the ruined wall and the hole in the center. Okay. Yes, we recall together. Yes, this was the first picture that showed the transition, but it looked fake, just a blurry field on the photo. Here's a cutout headline of the newspaper. Internet celebrity disappeared. I'm pretty sure this is about the photographer of the transition. You get it pretty quick. You get pretty quickly a star today. Does that? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I guess you become a star pretty quickly today. Again, they've changed the tone of music. It's very specific to each individual level. So I've actually come back to the main menu, and I just wanted to stop the gameplay right there, and I wanted to read about the story. So this is the story so far. In the early 1950s, a parallel dimension was confirmed. Throughout the years, many governments developed devices to establish transitions between these worlds. The other dimension has a dark and uninhabitable atmosphere without a day or night and a permanent misty view. Several administrations warned that the barrier between the two worlds seemed unstable and thinned out. Concepts for containment procedures are in development. The first random incident of transitions occurred in late 2012. People are disappearing since then. As a member of the mid-level security personnel, you are equipped with a decrypting pad. Unfortunately, you are thrown by accident into a part of the parallel dimension which is already deserted. Now you have to find your way back. So that is what D.O.A.S. is about, because unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time. This was a great, wonderful indie development game. Again, this came out maybe 4 days ago. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it came out this week, and I'm really happy about this game. This game was a really cool platformer, a really cool simple game, and I really like it. I'll include the link down in the description below so that you guys can get it and play it for yourself. As you can see, there's so much more to explore about this game. Oh, that one right there interests me. But thank you guys for joining me, but I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Join me next time, and as we find out what crazy obscure adventures that we get into together. So I must bid you a good evening and a good night. I'll see you.